Citizens wishing to speak during public participation are asked to go to the podium. This is a new deal because we're going to have this all taped from now on, so you'll need to come up to this podium right here. State your name for the record and limit comments unless there's a disagreement from the board. We'll have 3-minute minimal durations. So, public comment.
My name is Doug Raymaker. I want to read from Mesquite Local News, Thursday, March 21st, 2013. Bowler said, if those, parentheses, Raymakers, allegations are true, let's get some affidavits, let's get some proof, and act on that. Well, here I am. On March 2nd, on Saturday, at 11:30, between 11:30 and 12, at the Long Drive, I was a volunteer there with many others. Came in and sat down to eat lunch with the other volunteers. Beside me was Mr. Miller, and he was talking to 3 other gentlemen. Didn't give it any thought. I started eating lunch and everything, and Mr. Miller started talking, and this caught my ear. He said, in essence, the lawyer told me not to say this, but, and then he started talking to these 3 gentlemen, things that I've never seen in the paper or anywhere else. After that, I wrote these things down. I think it's non-ethical what he said. So I wrote a letter to the Executive Director of Nevada Commission on Ethics. I wrote down what I heard and what I saw. I will not say what I heard because I don't think it should be out in the public. I will give a copy of what I gave to the Ethics Commission for the lawyer here. I'm sure the Ethics Commission will be getting a hold of you. I will testify on oath anytime, anywhere, what I heard, Mr. Miller said. Thank you very much.
Seeing no other,
Good afternoon, morning there. Be tricky. Bob Shively, Mesquite. I was going through the paper and I found a request for a Virgin Valley Water District new general manager. But before I touch on that, there was also a little note that caught my eye and caught the eye of the Attorney General. The Bunkerville Town Advisory Board is to decide tonight if it should support the action by Kenyon Levitt and Rich Bowler in the February 19th firing of Virgin River Water District General Manager Ken Rock. That caught their eye. And then I saw that the report on the Bunkerville thing was less than emphatic. I think they had a quorum of 3 people, a newspaper man, a businessman, and not much else. But basically, everything went quietly. There was almost no discussion, and the article is much bigger than the event. Now, as far as the request for a new general manager, the job summary, this position is responsible for the overall operation of the district, including administration, engineering, and operations, and maintenance. Which of those things did Mr. Rock not do? Maybe you should apply for this job. The general manager is charged with the full responsibility of executing the policies of the district and the directives of the board. Now, this job apparently is an at-will job, has to please you, the board. But this board has to please me too, because I'm your boss. And there are hundreds of people out there that are your bosses that are unhappy with the way you handled yourselves in this event. We don't know all the particulars, but we do know that when you do something this down and dirty, that there's a price to pay, whether it's verbally or whether the Ethics Commission gets a hold of all of you, whether it's the open meeting law, because there's data piling up on that. It doesn't make any difference that Bakerville had a little meeting. But basically, this thing comes down to, okay, on your job description, what did Ken Rock not do? And if you're hiring for this job, apparently you're going backwards from what you already had, because he brought a vision, he brought degrees, he brought a lot of interaction with the city, and a lot of positive press when you were just coming off many multiple violations of suing and arresting and getting things all geared up for the next 4, 5, 6 months. I was happy to see that you needed a valid driver's license. But otherwise, you left it open for a lot lower person to come in and get the job. And you handled the previous guy with very unbusinesslike and unethical behavior. I don't care whether he did the job or not at this point. You have made this public very mad at your inability to act like professionals. And if you're on a board, all 5 of you have to be in tune with each other. Not just 3, and not just 2. It's all of you have to be on the same page. So I thank you very much for listening to this. The public is definitely not happy with you. Thank you.
David Baldwin. I went to the Bunkerville town meeting. The Bunkerville town meeting was started on time. There was a quorum. All 3 individuals at the forum, at the meeting, made their feelings known. They fully supported Kenyon and Richard. There was discussion. They didn't see any problems and gave them their full endorsement. As a public member, I'm very happy with this board. Boards don't have to be 100%. Boards are never 100%. Boards discuss. Boards make determinations, and it's never 100%. If the board's always in consensus, the board's not doing the best for the public. And I want to thank you very much for your efforts, the time you spend for no reward, for making sure that this water company is operating well, and it is operating well. Thank you.
Seeing no other comments, we will go to board comments.
I guess my only comment is, yeah, I agree, you know, Margaret Thatcher said consensus it shows a lack of leadership. So if we're all agreeing on everything, why have 5 people here? Why not have 1 person here? That's the whole purpose behind having a board. So I concur with those remarks. The other thing I wanted to bring up, well, I'll just wait for that item to come up, so we're good. That's it. Thank you.
Any other comments, Carl?
No comments.
No comments. and the board has no, or the president has no comments.